These men were all facing death, but instead of being executed, they were secretly taken to an isolated island and put through inhuman training. Here, every day was a fight for survival. Each day, they had to endure 2 hours of deadly drills. In just 45 seconds, they had to finish a 100-meter run, or a special squad would eliminate them instantly. One of the trainees, terrified, stopped midway and didn't dare to continue. But the cameras had already captured everything. The captain, cold and strict, ordered him to stay aside and told the others to complete the run first. Once everyone finished within the required time, the captain went back to save him, but the man had already collapsed. Because the next drill involved falling into deep sleep mode, his collapse became fatal. He died on the spot. Nearly 2 years passed. The remaining trainees transformed completely, once the weakest, now hardened like steel. Finally, they completed every part of the brutal training. Today was the day their mission began, to assassinate a high-ranking target in the north. They prepared to leave using a floral-marked transport team. But just 10 minutes later, the commander received a sudden cancellation order. He told them the mission was off. For the trainees, the death of their teammate had been their only motivation, and they had endured 2 years of suffering for this task alone. They refused to accept the cancellation. Yet the commander was forced to restrain them. The elite unit was ordered to step down, return, and halt all operations. Since training had stopped abruptly, discipline collapsed. Some even started defying direct orders. A few showed clear signs of mental breakdown. That night, 2 of the men escaped in desperation. Reaching a nearby village, they ended up killing 2 daughters of a local family. When the commander learned of it, he was furious. He deployed the entire island's forces to track them down. By the time the soldiers arrived, the 2 had already committed a serious crime. Seeing the military surrounding them and knowing their brothers were standing among the forces, the 2 realized their fate was sealed. They agreed to die on their own terms. One tried to take his own life, but the captain seized him and dragged him back to the island. Because of one man's grave mistake, the entire Unit 684 was to be punished. After 2 years together, deep bonds had formed between them and their supervising officers. Watching a brother suffer because of them, one soldier couldn't take it anymore. He began singing a patriotic song, hoping the captain would end his misery quickly. The captain, unable to watch him be tortured, stepped outside and immediately shot him. The next morning, the captain arrived at headquarters demanding to know why the original mission was cancelled. But the answer was cold. Relations between the 2 nations had improved, and peace talks had begun. Unit 684 had been erased from all official records. No one was allowed to know they existed. To prevent political conflict, they had to be eliminated. The commander was ordered to dispose of them, or else the entire island's military would be wiped out. Looking at these once broken men, now forged into powerful soldiers, the commander was overwhelmed. He had trained them into heroes, tools of the nation, like his own children. Now, he was told to kill them. He couldn't bring himself to do it. That night, the commander quietly emptied the teapot and called the leader of Unit 684, deliberately asking him to refill it. As the general stepped away to pour water, the commander met privately with the leader and began discussing the future of Unit 684. In training, this leader had always been the strictest, the first to stand against hardship. But now he understood that resisting would doom the entire island. Willing to become the villain, he agreed to take responsibility. A fierce argument broke out between them, even leading the leader to snatch the gun from the commander. What neither of them knew was that Unit 684